What's wrong, everyone? Jeremy here from the Quartering, and as more information comes out, I can't tell you how much. Like, it feels like the last kind of veil has been lifted. It is my opinion that the details I'm about to share with you in this video will probably solidify a lot of people's opinion that, at best, we had insane ineptitude of Secret Service detail and local law enforcement detail. And at worst, days ago I was like, it's just bad. It's just DEI hires being bad. Well, what if I told you that they spotted this loser 30 minutes before the event? What if I told you that there were officers in the building, inside the building that this kid crawled up on? What if I told you that there are reports that there was a mysterious ladder leaning up against the building that no one seemed to notice? This whole thing seems like, at best, perhaps the greatest collapse in intelligence in modern era, and at worst, in my opinion, a direct attempt to allow things to reach this situation. Wherever you're watching, please do subscribe or follow down below. I'm live every single day at 1 Eastern over on Rumble and on YouTube. So on Quartercast, I'll leave them linked. I hope you'll tune in because I'm on location at the RNC, talking to people, learning more every day, interviewing people. So make sure you subscribe and follow so you actually get notified, because I've had a lot of unscheduled streams and stuff like that going on. Now, a local counter sniper team was in fact inside the building where the where the loser climbed on the roof. Nobody in the building heard anything. Nobody heard anybody crawling on the roof. You didn't have anybody on the roof. You didn't have anybody outside looking out. A local PD and counter sniper team was stationed inside the building where the attempt happened. At no point, leave a like right now if you think this is crazy. Leave a like right now if you think, wow, who could have thought? What would they need to have been inside the building for, by the way? Just clear it and then guard the outside. Leave one person in there. Well, how do you have people in the building but nobody on top of the building? This is shocking. Imagine you're Donald Trump right now. I saw his face last night. I'm at the RNC, right? This is a changed man. And who could possibly blame him? Who could possibly think maybe, hey, I don't know how I would react to that. Imagine if you're the president and you're like, the people who are supposed to be protecting me very clearly didn't have any interest in doing so at the bare minimum or doing it well. Everybody from the top down in charge of that event should be fired and criminally investigated. I'm sure there were good people there. I'm sure there were people there that would have gladly dove in front of harm's way to protect Trump. We saw people that did. But, wow. The building, which is AGR International Inc. factory, was being used by local PD as a watch post for their own snipers to scan for threats. As the former president spoke on stage 130 yards away, cops were inside, but not on the roof. He was able to scale the building unchallenged before unleashing 8 rounds. The revelation comes as a local outlet, WPXI, reported that he was spotted on the building 26 minutes before he fired. 26 minutes. He was on that building for 26 minutes. 26 minutes. And at no point nobody thought, hey, we should maybe just, I don't know, maybe we should take Trump off stage for a little bit. 26 minutes. Nobody did a dang thing. I want to hear the case from Secret Service and from local law enforcement, because let's not leave them out of this, because they were there supposed to do a job too. I just want to hear them explain how that could have possibly been negligence. Because in my mind, there's no doubt that it's like I can't prove this. I'm not saying it's a fact, but I could absolutely understand why people think they let the guy do it. I absolutely could understand why people think, wow, that's odd. You know, like you were in the building, but not on the building. You saw him for 26 minutes and you did nothing. Nothing. I don't know how else to describe this as, you know, other than just, I mean, what'd you want? Did you want it to happen? All I can do is ask that question. I don't know. But did you want it to happen? Law enforcement said that sources said it was not clear on Monday night whether any of the local PD were tasked with securing the perimeter outside of Butler County Farm Showgrounds were able to warn Secret Service about the government. Do they not have walkie-talkies? What world are we living in here? Am I supposed to believe that they didn't have walkie-talkies? Did they not have? Is that what they're trying to tell us right now? That they didn't have that they didn't have walkie-talkies. Is that what I'm supposed to believe? Legitimately. Is that what I'm supposed to believe? That law enforcement did not have any walkie-talkies, so how could they have possibly warned Secret Service? That's what I'm supposed to believe right now? That's bananas. It's cuckoo bananas. Law enforcement said that it was not clear. Yeah, I'll tell you that. An officer from Butler Township climbed on a fellow officer's shoulders to check out the roof. Oh, yeah, why bring a ladder? I mean, only the guy who was there to remove Donald Trump from the planet, he brought a ladder. He brought one. Neighbors next to the farm show grounds previously told the Post that they were never even contacted by law enforcement to set up a security in the days preceding the event. And photos from the area showed gates to the facility where he went only were zip tied shut. Wow, yeah, he couldn't possibly get past a zip tie. Nobody contacted me. Nobody called me. Nobody stopped here, said Valerie Fennell, whose property is adjacent to the farm and the AGR factory. The state police previously said that though they are regularly called in to assist when politicians come to town, the Secret Service is ultimately in charge. Right now, everyone's just doing the blame game. The Spider-Man meme. Here's a video that shows that the person was actually stopped by Secret Service. Eyewitness shows a video of the moment. Well, I don't want to watch that. Officer reported man at the Trump rally with a rangefinder 30 minutes before the attempt. You have somebody at the event. Okay, again, let me be very clear. You have somebody at the event, okay, with a rangefinder. You have somebody who apparently saw this, you know, the guy 30 minutes early. He has a rangefinder, and at no point are you like, hey, let's just call this off. I feel like the protocol, obviously I don't know. I've never been briefed, and certainly, you know, if a Secret Service officer wants to speak, you know, under anonymity and share with me what the protocol would be, I'm happy to be corrected. But I would assume the protocol should be, hey, if there's literally anything wrong, he doesn't go up on that stage. Don't you think? Don't you think that the protocol is, hey, if there's literally anything wrong, it's just better to be safe than sorry. Make them wait another half hour. Sweep the area. Double sweep it. Kick everyone out. Make them come back in. If you really want to do it. Now, I don't know if he was the one with the rangefinder. But, I mean, if somebody's even there with a rangefinder, what else do you use that for? You use that for long rifle shot. That's what you use that for. Of course, also, we now know that the rooftop where he was identified as a security vulnerability before the rally. Yet they placed 0 law enforcement up there. 0. They just let this greaseball, they let this little greaseball climb up there, and nobody said a dang thing. Nobody said anything. Nobody was like, yo, this is kind of weird. Why don't we have somebody up there? Seems like we should have somebody up there. So we know that prior to the event, which was probably months ago, this was identified as a security risk. Okay, we know this. Why? Because they just told us. But any idiot would have known that before. You know what I mean? Like any idiot would have known, hey, maybe we should be on those roofs. We should definitely be on those roofs. But they weren't. Of course, Secret Service reportedly didn't sweep the building where he fired. Well, which is it? I thought they had officers in the building. Of course, Secret Service Director Kimberly Cheadle now is refusing to step down after the United States president was nearly lost his life. Yeah, why would she step down? She says the buck stops with me, but then blame local authorities for not securing the building. What? Does it stop with you then? If it stops with you, then why aren't you immediately stepping down? Like literally immediately. You should be immediately stepping down if it does in fact stop with you. But it doesn't. Because you are a DEI hire under Jill Biden's push to get more women in the Secret Service. See this tweet? Secret Service did not secure the tallest building 400 feet from the stage with line of sight. A ladder had been placed in advance of the event on the building. You can see the ladder right there. Attendees also alerted law enforcement to the presence of the person. They saw somebody with a rangefinder. What am I supposed to believe here? What do you believe? If you believe what I think I believe, make sure you leave a like in this video, you subscribe, you follow. I'll be covering this in depth. I'm headed down to the RNC. I'll have a full day of standalone videos for you, as well as several live streams. I'll be on Timcast IRL tonight. So I've got a full docket of content for you. Time for me to get back to work. We'll talk to you again real soon.